Edgar moves swiftly, his hands steady as he finishes his graffiti, unfazed by the chilly air. Across the street, a sudden commotion. A homeless person stabs someone, but Edgar barely blinks, his face blank, like a war veteran hardened by city life. The homeless man's head whips around, locking bloodshot eyes with Edgar's, then bolts toward him on all fours. "Buy me coffee." The demand is desperate. Edgar remembers a similar moment that happened to his friend and ended up involving alcohol, but he shakes his head because he is loyal to ZAZA. "No," Edgar replies. The homeless person got super angry and tried to stab Edgar, but he dodged and used his spray paint attack, dealing 10 damage and stunning and potentially blinding the homeless person. Without hesitation, Edgar uses his rigorous instincts to flawlessly steal the man's wallet. He spots a granny walking with her dog towards him, so he decides to hightail out of there, but his stamina gives out. Desperate, he inhales the paint fumes for a quick energy boost, then parkours through alleys and over fences, finally reaching his dorm. Inside, his roommate is passed out on the floor as usual, so Edgar, as usual, draws 2 circles and a long line on the roommate's face. He finds $15 in the stolen wallet, just enough for some ZAZA. He hadn't blazed in a long time, and it was time. The next day, as if by fate, Rasta Walter calls, eager for the good ZAZA. "Let's throw in together. I'll get my cut," Edgar suggests. That evening, it's time for the ZAZA drop from Victor's Tries, the dealer. With navigation skills like domestic chickens, goldfish, and sea turtle hatchlings combined, Edgar heads out, guided by Walter on the phone. "Bro, what's happening out there? Sounds wild," Walter says, hearing chaos on the line. Screams, sirens, gunshots, and someone yelling in Russian. "Riga at night." Edgar shrugs off an attempted headphone theft by flashing his defensive knife, sending old folks scattering like GTA NPCs. Finally he reaches the woods where the drop should be. Edgar looked far and hard, but he could not find the ZAZA. So he did what any sane person would do and started digging out a tree so he would have some firewood and wouldn't freeze in the freezing temperatures of 30 degrees Celsius. With his digging claws he dug quite a hole. Rasta Walter was impressed by Edgar's digging skills. But it wasn't easy for Rasta Walter because there wasn't any ZAZA according to Edgar. So Walter made a lot of business calls, hustled, and grew more worried every second. But Walter negotiated a free drop on the house in the middle of the city. Walter told Edgar to stop digging. Edgar didn't want to, but Walter's Rasta aura made him agree to stop. He had to hurry though, his dorm had a strict curfew. If Edgar missed the time, he wouldn't get back in and would have to sleep under a bridge again with Janice, the homeless guy he hated. Luckily, Edgar had a trick up his sleeve, a paint can. Edgar took a massive rip from his paint can, almost half of it. Feeling the rush, he dashed through crowds, shoving people aside even when it wasn't necessary, just for fun. He snagged the drop in record time and nearly started digging another tree, but Walter talked him down with his Rasta aura. The high wore off too fast, his tolerance was up. Edgar broke down crying, terrified of ending up under a bridge again with Janice. He hated Janice. The smells, the touching, the questions. Walter gave him a raw, motivational speech. So Edgar stole an A-bike from a bold delivery guy and raced back to the dorm. Just before reaching it, he tossed the stolen bike into the Dogawa River, not just to destroy evidence, but because he didn't like Indians. Back in his room, Edgar took a massive rip from his bong, but the door burst open. SWAT team. They smashed the bong, tackled him, and arrested him. One officer slyly pocketed the ZAZA drop. Edgar screamed, then jolted awake, drenched in sweat. Just a nightmare. But then his mom walked in. Reality hit hard. He passed out, got thrown out of his special kids school, and Rasta Walter was furious. "Me pack gone, me vex. Who take these ZAZA, BWOY? Me search high and low, me na play, no toy. You smoke up me herb, now me soul feel dry. This betrayal cut deep, like knife in a eye." Walter spat the angry Rasta verse, then stormed out.